Hey, how are you doing? We trust all is well with you and all is well with your house. Welcome to our Rise and Shine at Amazing Grace Learning Center. This week, we would like to continue our talk about our subconscious. If you have watched our last episodes, we talked about our subconscious that is responsible for 90% of our life reality, which means our conscious mind is playing only 10% in what is happening in our life. Only 10%. Imagine that. Think about that for a minute. Which means, in most cases, what is happening in our life seems to be beyond our control. And last time, we shared with our viewers that if we want to change our life reality, we need to get to our subconscious level. How do we get to the subconscious level? We need to meditate. Meditation can help us get there, because that level of our being is so deep within that it's almost impossible to access it just by snapping the fingers. It is almost impossible. So we need some quality time. We need a time called meditation to be able to reach that level. Now, if you have heard people talk about meditation before this episode, maybe you have heard people say things like, through meditation, you have to control your mind, you have to do this and that. But what we would like to share with you is that, in reality, meditation is not just for you to control your mind. That level will come naturally. A time will come when you will be able not to control your mind, but not to be attached by the thoughts that your mind is generating any longer. That is the difference between what we are sharing here at Amazing Grace Learning Center and what you might have heard before this. We are not telling you to try to suppress your thoughts. We are not telling you to try to control your thoughts. And when you are not able to do that, you will say, oh, I'm not able to control my mind or my thought. But the bottom line of meditation is to get to that level where you are no longer feeling attached to any thoughts that flows through your mind. The job of the mind is to think and to generate thoughts. Therefore, you can't stop the mind from doing its job. But what you can do is learn to observe your thoughts. And that is what meditation does. When you begin meditation, you might feel like, oh, I cannot control this. Many thoughts will come and go, come and go. Don't panic when that happens. And don't take it seriously. It's just the beginning. Observe those thoughts come and go. And try not to focus on any of them. As you do this in meditation after some time, remember, Through practice, you are able to do what you would like to do perfectly. So at the beginning, when you start this and it seems like it's not working, don't give up. Don't look down on yourself and think many people are doing meditation, but why I'm not able to do it? No. Those who are masters of meditation today, if you ask them how long it took before they can get to that level where when they sit, no thought has an influence over them, they will tell you it takes some time and it takes practice. So we would like to encourage you to begin, and we are telling you here that when you begin, this is what is going to happen. So when it happens, remember that we say it's going to happen. Therefore, don't give up. Keep doing it. Now, in our subconscious level, there are thoughts that are embedded there. And those thoughts have become our belief in one way or the other. And our life is based on our belief. Whether we know what those beliefs are or not, it doesn't matter. As long as those thoughts and beliefs are registered there at the subconscious level, they are playing out through your life. And there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. Unless you know how not to identify with those thoughts any longer. Unless you know how to get to that level where you are not attached to those thoughts anymore. Many of us today might think that, well, we are living the life that we desire. We are living the life that we wish we wanted to live. But if you do a check, some of us are not living the life that we really desire. Some of us are living the life that has been programmed by culture, society, communities, families, friends, peers, co-workers. This is where it is very important we look into the work of the subconscious mind. The subconscious does not know anything about what you mean and what you don't mean. The subconscious does not know anything about what you really want or what you don't want. The subconscious registers all things. When the eyes are looking at something and you allow your feeling to go into what you are looking at, it is already registered at the level of the subconsciousness. When you are listening to something and you allow your feeling to go into what you are listening to, know that it is already registered at the level of your subconsciousness. And the time comes when all those things that are registered there play out in your life and become your reality. If we would like to free ourselves from the bondage of the subconscious level, if we want to free ourselves from those programs that have been registered there at the level of the subconscious mind, from infancy, from childhood, even those trauma, all those things that we have experienced in the past life that are registered there, you have to do what the ancients have done, and they have been successful through this practice. It is called the art of repetition. The art of repetition simply means anything happening in our life right now, if we know that that is not what we wish to experience, it is a sign that is given to us to realize that there is something registered at the level of our subconsciousness that is playing out. If we want to change that, and we do meditation, and we feel like those thoughts are coming, but we are no longer attached to them, comes a time when we start putting into our mind the thought that we now want to play or to become our life reality. If you are facing a situation and it feels like that situation is repeating itself, it might be a sign that deep inside of you, at the level of your subconsciousness, there is a belief there that is playing out and making that reality or that life circumstance to become your reality. So to change that, you put in your mouth and start speaking the thing that you would like that situation to be. Instead of focusing on that situation and giving it your power, you should stop. Don't focus on that situation any longer. Don't allow your emotion to go into that situation anymore. Rather, start speaking what you want that situation to become. Start thinking about what you want that situation to turn out to be. Start imagining, visualizing yourself out of that situation. If you can do that, you are helping your subconsciousness. Because the subconsciousness being that part of our being where everything that we have ever experienced in this life is registered. The only way to reprogram that part of our being is, first of all, empty the bag. Let those thoughts come out first, but do not cling to them anymore. Just observe them and let them go. And when you empty the bag, now start putting into that bag, which we can call the subconscious here. Start putting in it the new program that you want to experience in your life. The new things that you want to experience in your life. Start thinking about those things now. Start speaking about those things. Allow yourself to imagine. Use your imagination to imagine yourself, visualize yourself in that state in which you would like to see yourself. And by doing that, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind. My beloved friend, my beloved viewers, we would like all of us, all our viewers, all parts of life to become the perfect manifestation of what some may call heaven on earth. In one way or the other, regardless of the religion that we belong to, deep inside of our being, we all know that there is a state in which we as human, as a race, could be. And that state is the state that some have called heaven. But what I would like to tell you through this episode today is that heaven is not a place that we have to wait and die before we can access or go. Heaven is a state of mind. And when we are able to do the subconscious work, when we are able to do the life or to live a conscious life, we are helping ourselves in one accord and in cooperation with the universe. We are doing what all on the planet are supposed to do, which is bring heaven on earth. Heaven is not a place we have to die and go and say, oh, now I'm in heaven and I want to have what I desire. I want to live the life that I always dreamed of when I was on earth. No, the truth is we can bring heaven down here. We can experience heaven on earth. but we have to do the work, because it's not a work that somebody can do for us. We have to do it for ourselves. And if you stick with Amazing Grace Learning Center, here at Amazing Grace Learning Center, through our Rise and Shine, we will share with you step by step what to do so that together as a collective we can bring heaven down, so that we can all live this paradise life that we want to live. We can all live it here. We hope what we have shared with you today is a blessing to you, and we are looking forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, take care of yourself and know that we love you, and you are the love that everyone is looking for. Love yourself, because that is the beginning of true love. We love you. Take care of yourself, and see you next week. Bye.
Hey, by the way, how long is it?
Oh, someone 15.
Oh,